What a great question. Are we sleepwalking through this life, or are we truly living? Can you answer that right now? Do you know the differentiation between the two, between a sleepwalker and someone who's really fully alive? Hey, David Essel here. I'm really excited about this topic because I think right now, with the craziness in this world, we really need to figure out, are we just working off the subconscious and working off of patterns we've fed ourselves for years, which means we're sleepwalking, or are we really living? Are we exploring? Are we expanding? Are we trying new things? Are we risking? The only way we know we're living to the fullest is if we're taking risks on a regular basis. I'm going to get more into this. You're tuned into David Essel Live, the most positive podcast in the galaxy. For 35 years now as a radio host, podcast host, television host. I mean, we've done it all, and I love every part of it. And this topic, I think, is massive. Why do I say that? In the last 4 years since the pandemic, so many of us have got caught up in sleepwalking. So many of us are just waking up, going through the same routine, going to bed, waking up, the same worries, the same concerns, the same unhappiness, the same lack of joy, the same unhealthy body, the same unhealthy mind, the same overconsumption of news, the same overconsumption of social media, the same overconsumption of food, the same overconsumption of alcohol. Need I go on? I mean, it's unbelievable. You know, when the pandemic started to fade, we got all kinds of people coming in saying, oh my God, I've lost myself. I'm drinking way too much. I'm not exercising anymore. I'm not handling my money correctly. You know, and then all of a sudden, so many people just accepted their sleepwalking role. Well, I really can't do anything about X. I can't do anything about Y. The economy is pretty tough. I'm not going to be able to find a better job in this economy. The world of relationships and dating is such a pain ever since the pandemic. It's just not the same. You know, looking for ways to be happy is not the same. I can't find joy the way I used to. In other words, we're sleepwalking. And what does that mean? So when we put patterns into the subconscious mind, that we watch the same shows every night, we drink the same amount of alcohol on a regular basis, we eat the same junk food every day, that's sleepwalking. Because see, all those things I just mentioned are not healthy for us, right? We're not treating the body as a temple. We're not treating the mind as a temple. We're not treating the soul as a temple. So when people are sleepwalking, they don't know it, which is why I'm doing this video. You know, if you're bored in life, if you're saying, is this all there is? Are you saying, well, I can't wait until the election because we need someone in the office that's going to do X, Y, and Z? That's sleepwalking because you're not in the present. You're not in the present moment. You're not exploring life right now. You know, when you're driving, when you're sleepwalking, you won't even notice that neighbors put in brand new bushes or trees, right? You won't notice if you're sleepwalking that the way that you take to work is so boring. And if you want to go 5 minutes out of your way, you'll be able to see maybe some trees or a pond or a lake, or 10 or 15 minutes out of your way. Something in order to get you out of your sleepwalking mode. You know, do you come home and immediately turn on the TV or the radio or music? In other words, you can't stand silence. That means you're sleepwalking, because in silence we can hear our own mind saying, hey, let's do this and let's do that. So how do we become more alive? Let's start with this. Number one, write down, I need to become more alive in life. Just write it down. Put it in the physical world. Number one. Number two, look for something that will really inspire you. Is it starting a new musical instrument? Is it joining a meetup group? Is it going to a different spiritual service or a different religious church? You're like, what is it that you need to do to rile yourself up? What kind of risks do you need to take? Do you need to write that book that you've been thinking about writing? Do you need to visit Montana because you've said for 20 years that you want to visit Montana? You're like, what is it that would lift you up? Do you need to get back into some kind of sport, some kind of hobby, softball, pickleball, tennis, just to get more action going on? Do you need to volunteer more, to feel more alive? You know, my brother Terry, oh my God, he worked for years with the most abused dogs at a dog shelter in his hometown. You know, he was alive. He couldn't wait for Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. Right now, if you're getting excited about getting somewhere Sunday morning at 7 a.m., man, you're the opposite of sleepwalking. You are living to the max. I want you to do that. You know, I look at my life, and it's not that I'm perfect, but I have no background in literature or broadcast journalism or anything else, and we're just about to release our 15th book. And we've released, I think, 3 books in the last year and a half or something like this. So this is going to be 4 books in 2 years. I am making sure that I don't fall into that sleepwalking mode. If you watch the news too often, you're going to become a sleepwalker. If you're spending too much time on social media, you're going to become a sleepwalker. Why? Because you're not independent anymore. You're codependent. You're codependent on keeping up with the news. You're codependent on keeping up with social media. I want you to break out. Do something different. That's what we did. Over a month ago, we got off of all social media. The only thing I do is Facebook Lives. That's it. That's the only thing we do with social media. I don't touch it. I don't go and visit Twitter and all those different places anymore. Why? Because I was sleepwalking. Every night from 9:30 until 10 o'clock or 10:15, I'm scrolling. The worst time in the world to scroll is before bed. I go to sleep at 10 or 10:30, right? The worst thing in the world to do is to sleepwalk myself to bed. So I stopped and I went through withdrawal. I had 3 days, I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there at 9 o'clock at night going, what am I going to do here? I was so used to sleepwalking my way through scrolling. Then I started to journal more at night. And I started to utilize it as a time to do more deep breathing exercises, more relaxation exercises. So I'm out of sleepwalking. I'm back into life. I want the same for you. If you need help, visit me at talkdavid.com. I work with people from all over the world. We have specials going on right now because of inflation. And also, you can get 4 books for free at talkdavid.com. I want you to get out of sleepwalking. I want you to be brilliantly alive in life, taking risks, making a difference, volunteering, helping, whatever rocks your world, do it now. And if I can help you, visit us at talkdavid.com. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.